you. A little drunk, but I'm alright, 'cause I've been hanging with you, and it feels like love. Tell me if I'm wrong, 'cause it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you. Yeah.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. If you can't already tell, in today's video I have so much laundry to do. So I will be going back and forth, giving you guys tons of laundry motivation, but also cleaning lots of the downstairs areas. I'm also going to be cleaning the kitchen, and I had so many recommendations to try the e-cloth, so I finally got my order in for the e-cloths, and I am going to be using the cloths and giving you some background on what I think about them. If you're new here, my name is Michelle, and I'm a mom of 2 little girls, so our house is pretty crazy most of the time, and mainly I'm just trying to keep up. If you like watching cleaning, decluttering, and organizing type videos, and just like having someone to clean with and talk to, then make sure that you subscribe, because you will definitely get lots of motivation here in this community.
A little crazy for you now. A little crazy for you now, baby. I'm a little crazy.
So I have definitely been backed up on laundry. Here you can tell I have 3 loads that are done and need to be folded, and I still have a ton of clothes that I still need to wash. We recently just got back from a little trip to Galveston, Texas, where they have a beach and the Moody Gardens area where you can do a bunch of stuff with the kids. So we had a great time there, and now I am just getting all the laundry done, getting everything unloaded, getting the sand out of all the clothes, and then washing a bunch of stuff. Folding kids' clothes, or at least for me, I feel like takes forever, because you can fit so many in a load because they're so much smaller than our clothes. So one of the things that I like to do whenever I am folding their clothes is first like pull out all of one type of clothing. So all the dresses I go through, pull out and pile those up, because those will all go on hangers. And then I might go through all of the shorts or pants and fold those, and then move on next to pajamas and so forth. So I try to kind of categorize them a little bit just so that I can do it a little bit easier. And I feel like that helps a lot.
Oh, good. I'm trying to figure out where all of the pieces are going to fit, but I stumble in the dark when I am not with you. Baby, I'm going crazy. I wanna be somebody for you that makes your heart run wild. I wanna turn you on, 'cause lately I've been feeling like there's somebody you'd rather hide from. Don't wanna lose.
So about 8 months ago, or sometime last year, whenever all of the organizing videos came out on Netflix, so I know KonMari had a series, and I know that the Home Edit had a series, and that's when I started kind of getting interested in organizing and stuff. And I decided to go through all of my daughter's clothes and try folding using the KonMari method. I can't remember exactly whenever her first initial show came out on Netflix, and I just used to think to myself, that is so amazing, but I could never keep up with folding clothes that way. It just seemed difficult, even though I had never tried it, because there are so many different folds that you have to actually make in order to get it piled up correctly. So it wasn't actually until last year that I attempted to try. So one of my daughters, Sailor, who is my oldest, I went through her closet and in her drawers, dressers, and folded everything using KonMari. I got the little bins so that I could keep it organized, and I just thought to myself, I'm going to do this initially, and then if I can't keep up with folding it this way, then I'm just going to go back to my old folding style. I literally watched each one of her little 1 minute or 2 minute videos like 15 times because it shows how to fold a short sleeve shirt, a long sleeve shirt, how to fold pants, and how to fold hoodies. And oh, right here is my husband's swimsuit. Clearly has a hole in it, so might be something that I need to get him for Father's Day. But anyway, for the KonMari method, I watched it, and it took me a little bit to actually get the folding down. And then once I did it, a few times, or probably at least 10 or 15 times on different shirts and clothes, then I was like, this really isn't that hard once I keep doing it repetitively. So now it's been almost a year, and that's exactly the way that I've been folding and been able to upkeep. So leave me a comment below. How do you fold your clothes? Do you use KonMari method, or do you use the standard way? Now I'm moving on to pick up our laundry room and our living room. It's not a complete disaster. It's been way worse before, but it is just some things that I need to clean up. But as I mentioned before, we just got back from the beach, so there's still some stuff that I need to unload here, and then I'm going to clean up a little bit in the living room and then also in the kitchen.
I'm not pretending I'm more like this, a game for the reckless. It's so extreme and I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. No, I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. They're calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad.
So while I'm picking up, I thought it would be fun to play a little game. So I've seen a few other channels do a Q&A, and I've never done a Q&A before, but what I thought would be really fun is to actually do a kind of a small Q&A, but have you guys participate. So basically how it works is I'm going to ask 5 questions. I'm going to answer them first, and then I want you to answer them in the comments. After this video, I'm going to go through all of the comments, and in my next video, I'm going to share some of the funniest answers that you guys give me. So my first question is, what is one thing that you said you would never do before having kids and you do now? Mine was, I said that I would never keep toys in my living room. They would always be hidden away somewhere else. And here we got this nugget couch, and it's been sitting here for over a week, and I still have yet to move it. And even before that, our living room was pretty much our playroom for the first year. So you guys leave me a comment below and let me know one thing that you said you would never do before having kids and now you do after having kids. Next question is, what food do you not like that everyone else thinks is odd? So let me know yours down below in the comments. Mine is, I really don't like the taste of tea. I never will drink tea. I don't know why. I just never have liked the taste of it. If it's one of those flavorful fruity teas from Starbucks, I like those, but just plain regular tea or sweet tea, I'm out. Next question, and you guys also let me know in the comments below, what is one of your weirdest jobs? So I don't think I've had any weird kind of jobs. The main jobs that I used to do, I used to work at pizza places a lot whenever I was still in high school, and food places. I never worked in a clothing store, although I feel like I probably would have been a better fit for a clothing store. But we also live in the South, and skeet shooting is really popular. So I used to work at a skeet shooting place, and I would basically push the button for clay targets to come, and then people who were maybe in tournaments or anything like that would shoot the skeet. I also did that on the weekends while I was in high school. So my next question is, what is something that you're scared to do but you do anyway? So be sure to leave me a comment of that down below. But for me, it is flying in an airplane. I love traveling and will absolutely fly in an airplane if that's my only way to get there. But for some reason, as I've gotten older, I've just become more and more scared to fly. I don't know what it is, but I just am becoming more scared of heights and becoming more scared to fly. But it is something that I will still do. I won't let my anxiety of that stop me from traveling. My very last question, and make sure you also comment down below, how did you spend the money you made from your very first job? Or what was your first bigger purchase from one of your first jobs? So for me, right after I graduated high school, I was working at a daycare, and my friend had just moved to Hawaii because her boyfriend or her husband at the time had joined the military and they were stationed in Hawaii. And she kept telling me that I have to come visit, and I was making about $5.25 an hour. So I had worked, I don't know how long it took me because I was also going to our local community college part-time as well. I ended up saving enough money to buy a plane ticket to Hawaii, and I am so glad that I did that. And that was one of my bigger purchases that I made with one of my first jobs. So that's all the questions that I came up with for now. So be sure to leave all of your comments down below. I'll go through them and then I'll share some of the craziest ones in my next video.
Even a little bit mad might be a disaster. When I'm with you, I feel different, like I'm brand new, less ignoring. Still, it feels just like I'm waiting for something better.
So I've moved on to my bedroom. I still have tons of laundry to do. I decided to go ahead and wash the sheets and the comforter and pick up a little more around here.
Too much 'cause you don't understand. You got me caught.
And remember what I said about keeping toys in our house on display? Well, at least it keeps them entertained while I'm cleaning. While I have some of the laundry going right now, I'm just going to put away some of the snacks, and then I'm going to get started on cleaning up the kitchen.
Little steady, even a little bit mad might be a disaster. Or just the best you've ever had. Or just the best you've ever.
I get a lot of questions on this bag. I took it to the beach with us, and this is actually a diaper bag. So it looks like a duffel bag, and that's one of the reasons why I got it. I got it right before Savannah was born, so I've had it for 2 years, and it is held up, and I still use it on an almost daily basis. It comes in, I think there was 3 different colors, pink, blue, and black, and the brand is called HAP brand, HAPPBRAND.
Right now I'm standing in a corner.
So in our laundry room, I typically hang dry most of my shirts, and since it's really hot here in Texas, I wear lots of tank tops, and I got that little shelf thing. It is not supposed to be a laundry hanger, but because we don't have a whole lot of space to hang dry things, I started just using that little shelf and the little knobs on it to hang my tank tops. Once they're dry, I just fold them and put them in my dresser.
Nothing to lose. You're looking so old.
Anything that I hang on a hanger that's actually going to go in the closet, then I just do that last, and then I hang dry them and then put them in the little area that I do have to hang dry some clothes.
Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, baby, let me love you.
Onto the kitchen. So because of the granite, it's really hard to see how dirty that the countertops get. You have to go up really close, or you just have to wipe them down. So I'm showing you a close-up just so that you can see that these countertops do in fact get dirty.
Everything we do, you got me going, oh, you got me going, oh.
So I got my e-cloths in that a lot of you guys recommended, and what I ended up buying was the kitchen bundle set. So the kitchen bundle set came with like 2 standard kitchen cleaning cloths, a stove and range top cleaning cloth, one that is used on sinks, and one that is used on like scrubbing dishes. And then one pack is just standard I think it's more for like drying your dishes. That was the whole kitchen bundle, and then I also just ordered a pack of the standard all-purpose cleaning cloths. And that came in a pack of 5 cloths. So the first thing I'm going to use is the dish kind of scrubber e-cloth, and I'm going to use that to clean some of the dishes. For the first time ever, I don't have very many dishes to clean, but I am going to use it to clean out some of the cups. So the purpose of using e-cloths is that you do not need to use any other cleaning product with them. So all you do is you wet each cloth with hot water and then wipe down or scrub whatever surface you're cleaning without using any cleaning product. So the way that the bristles are designed, it's supposed to help remove dirt and residue without scratching any of the surfaces. Then you just need to wash them in hot water. It says 90 degrees or hotter, and then you can get up to 300 uses out of them. So it's definitely a great way to cut back on cleaning products. Our sink gets so much residue on the corners and the edge of it, so I'm going to use one of the cloths to kind of see how good it does. Usually I just use some dish soap and a cloth or paper towel and kind of scrub and get to the edges of it. So this time I'm going to try it without any dish soap and use this specific cloth that says that it's used on sinks and try and get to the corners of the sink.
Change me, got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright, never cut it right, but somehow you make me change, like I'm better off with you.
This e-cloth in particular has really long microfibers, so I will say that it is weird not using any product because it's just a habit to like dump a bunch of soap in there and really kind of get it clean. But this cloth actually is doing a really good job just cleaning up all of the scum and everything that is in our sink. Here you can see I'm using it on our sink rack as well, which also accumulates a lot of that buildup. And because it has those long microfibers, it definitely helps get in between that sink rack a lot easier than if I were to use a paper towel or a standard cloth.
Alright, never cut it right, but somehow you make me change, like I'm better off with you.
Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side of the sink.
Like I'm better off with you. Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright, never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. You make me wanna do better. I don't know.
I also use it on the front of our sink as well. Next area that I'm going to clean is our stovetop, and this cloth is specific for stovetop and ranges.
Why? Like I'm better off with you.
This one is double-sided and it's also blue and kind of gray striped. And the gray stripes have more of a rougher texture, I guess, so that you can really get in and scrub a lot better. So again, I just wet the cloth with really hot water and then started scrubbing. I was using the blue and gray striped side so that I can get in and scrub off all of the food that is stuck on there.
I lose my breath whenever I see you.
I do feel like it took me a little bit longer to kind of scrub around everything opposed to if I was using a product with it. But overall, I still think that it did a really good job. Now the other side of the cloth was more softer, and I think that you're supposed to turn it around and kind of wipe everything down with the other side of the cloth, but instead, because it was still like really wet, I just grabbed a paper towel and kind of wiped all of the wetness down.
You'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world
and this is what it looked like after I cleaned it with just the cloth and no product. The next pack I'm going to try, and these ones were probably my favorite. It just says that they are kitchen cleaning cloths, but one is actually for glass, and then the other one is a glass polisher. I definitely have some glass and mirrors in our house, so I got the first cloth, and I'm just, again, putting really, really warm water on it, and I'm going through the little mirror thing that we have there and wiping that one down first. Then I'm getting the next cloth, which is the polisher. This one is going to remain dry, so that one is going to go through and dry everything and polish it. So this set would probably replace a glass cleaner, and this did leave it nice and streak free. This is the very last set of cloths that I bought. This was just a 5-pack starter kit, and their general cloths are all-purpose cloths, and these are easy that I can just use like all over countertops and other surfaces. Another thing, probably one of the more important things I didn't mention, was that these e-cloths are also, they say that they remove 99% of bacteria and germs without any chemicals. So that is definitely a big bonus if you are looking to disinfect with just some water and a cloth.
Just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my
This is the little table that both of my daughters eat on, and I am using, again, just one of those general purpose cloths. And again, since you don't use product, I felt like you do have to scrub a little bit harder, but overall it still did a really good job. This mirrored thing is on our coffee table, and I tried to get a close-up so you can see that it's actually really dusty. And again, these are my 2 favorite cloths that I use. One of them is the glass cleaner, and then the other one is the polisher.
I know what it is.
This mirror in our bedroom, it needs to be cleaned, so I'm using those same e-cloths to clean out this mirror. One thing about this mirror is when I actually bought it, I think I got it from Kirkland's probably 10 years ago or so, and it was actually brown. So a few years ago I got some tape and taped the edges and then spray painted it gray. I'll probably end up spray painting it again or getting a new mirror when or if we ever finish our bedroom makeover. Another funny story about the really tall mirror that I just cleaned. I had a different mirror there for a really long time, and I had an appointment to get my hair done one night. So I had Chris pick up the kids, and I came home from my hair appointment that evening, and the mirror was shattered sitting in our front yard, like where the trash goes. I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I can't even leave the kids home with my husband for 2 hours while I get my hair done without something getting completely broken. Now, thank goodness the girls did not get hurt, but it did tip over and break the glass.
But they say I don't know where you come from. I don't.
So when I looked behind our dresser, there was a shoe and a diaper and stuff, so I decided to pull it out and just clean behind this area. It is super dusty, so I pulled out our Dyson and I just connected that handheld attachment. Clearly that one wasn't working. It was just gathering all the dust at the very end. So I had to grab another attachment, and I'm just vacuuming up all of this dust.
Yeah, you look perfect, you're my type. Sweet and you care about my night. But I'm sobering up, and this moment's past. Oh yeah, I don't wanna be tucked in someone else's
This is another area in our bedroom. I'm actually cleaning right under my makeup stand area. So because I brush my hair and do my hair, or whenever I do my hair, which is actually not that often these days anymore, you just get hair, or I just get hair all over the bottom of the floor. So I'm just vacuuming up everything there, and also vacuuming up the little chair that I sit on. This little table I use as a makeup stand, and it gets so dirty. My girls can actually open the drawers, and they have recently experienced lip gloss and lipstick. So sometimes I'll put a little tiny bit of lipstick or a little lip gloss, and they enjoy it. But they have been getting into my drawers and pulling out the lipstick, and also getting it on the doors.
I see you going through some things, and I just wanna help. I don't know how to make it clear.
Guys have been here for a while, then you'll know that I get a lot of information from classes that I take on Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning platform with a ton of variety of different classes that you can take. What I like most about it is that it is super affordable. It's just under $10 a month, but also the instructors are really knowledgeable in what they're teaching, and it's like you're sitting there having a conversation one-on-one with an instructor, as opposed to feel like you're in this big classroom. Most classes have assignments and workbooks that you can also do along while you're taking the class. And the classes can be as short as 15 minutes all the way up to a couple of hours. The class that I chose to listen to while finishing up folding some of the laundry is a class by Taylor Bruno, and it's called Organizing Your Life, Decluttering Everything and Focusing on the Important Things. She has 5 main steps that she recommends for decluttering your life. The first one is to declutter the physical spaces. She says start by cleaning out your closet, and you can use the KonMari method like I had mentioned earlier in this video. Removing everything, going through it, decluttering. Another way to clean out your clothes is you can hang up clothes and making sure that your hangers are all facing one way, and as you wear each clothes, you turn the hanger around, and after like 6 months to a year, you can go through all the clothes that you haven't worn based on the direction of the hanger, and then you can start decluttering those items. Another tip is as you purchase something new, like a new pair of shorts or a new shirt, then you can get rid of an old pair, which I actually do this. The next thing is going through your furniture in your kitchen. She says you can remove one piece of furniture in each room and gradually start decluttering big bulky items. Or in your kitchen, using things that have a multi-purpose, like do you need a blender, a Vitamix, and a food processor, or can one thing do all of the above? The next tip is trying to minimize some distractions in your life, like making sure that you turn your phone off so that you don't miss out on important things. I know that whenever we pick up our kids from school, we make sure that we turn off our phones and spend the evenings with them. The next tip is time management, making sure that you're focusing on one thing at a time. And if you, for example, check emails, just pick like 2 or 3 designated times where you're actually just focusing on that. Next, if you travel a lot, you can try and pack less. I'm horrible about packing. We each have our own big suitcase every time we pack, but she recommends that most people overpack by 30%. So making sure that you're only packing items that you're actually going to use. And after you're done packing, go back and unpack one item. The last topic was about money management. I talked a little bit about that in my last video, which I'll link down below. He recommends tracking how much money you're spending and where, and then after a month, kind of going through your budget and see where you can start saving a little bit more. If you want to check out Skillshare, the first 1,000 people to use the link below will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership.
Share my lipstick.
Right now, I'm in my dining room and I am picking up dog throw up. Sometimes our dog, she is the sweetest thing. We have a black lab and she's 11 years old. And if our girls drop food on the floor, then she'll eat the food. And then sometimes it upsets her stomach and we will see that she throws up sometimes in the house. In my last video, I showed you guys our little tomato garden that we grew. So we sometimes do like a compost where we will dump old unused food in the back in our back flower bed, and my husband is very outdoorsy. So our little cherry tomato garden that we're going and checking and seeing if there's more tomatoes that have grown has totally overgrown and taken over. We also have peppers that we planted and then larger tomatoes that were planted. But this cherry tomato tree grew because Chris threw out old tomatoes in the soil in the backyard. Here we have several tomatoes, and it's so much fun going outside with the girls and having them help pick all of the tomatoes that are ready to be picked.
I'll be in fools drifting to deep space, so brave and so stupid, just like the movies.
So at this point, I'm pretty sure that my washer and dryer have worked harder than I have all day. So I am taking out another load of laundry and putting in another load.
With you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters.
I feel like having a duvet cover and comforter is like the most comfortable thing to sleep on, but getting them in and out of the actual duvet is a pain. Typically just shove the comforter in there, but I have seen, and I've tried it once before, a way where I think you like turn it inside out and then you lay the comforter on top and then you roll it, and then whenever you unroll it then and button it, then everything's out. I saw that method on her Instagram is My Texas House. It was kind of complicated for me to get down, but probably next time I do this I'll try that method again.
Where did it begin? Where did it end? Hanging on loose strings, unable to bend. I never listened, trying to prove it, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing.
All right, I'm back in the laundry room switching it out once again, and my kids' clothes get stained so easily. And I am going to put in a load of their clothes, and whenever I pull out some of their dresses, like this is a brand new dress and there is just sauce all over it. So I typically use spray and wash, and what I do here, and these are also, my daughter is playing in the mud. Typically I'll try spray and wash first. I should have tried the Dawn soap method first here, but I was just in a hurry trying to get everything in and done. So whenever I try spray and wash, a lot of times it does get the stains out, but in this case, and I'll probably end up showing you guys in the next video, because this one will be a continuation, I have to go back. If it's still wet, then I go back and rub it with just a little bit of dish soap and water and hot water and start scrubbing it, and that tends to do the trick most of the time. Then I'll add some more spray and wash it again. These Shout color catching sheets are really cool, especially if you are washing a bunch of different colors together, because I like to keep my clothes in one laundry basket, my husband's clothes in one, and then my kids' clothes in one, opposed to just doing all of the whites and darks. I feel like it's just easier that way. So those color catcher sheets, you put them into the washing machine, and if there is any color that starts to bleed out, then it'll actually bleed on those sheets opposed to on other clothes. Luckily, I haven't had any issues since starting to use those sheets.
I want you.
The dust is never ending, especially in our bedroom, so I'm just going through all of the corners and making sure that I get everything vacuumed up.
You're stuck inside my head. Oh, I can't stop thinking about all the words you said. I think I have to let you go. Should be easy, but it's not. Only problem is I love you.
It always amazes me how much dirt and dust these vacuums pick up.
I love you. What to do now? Do now.
And this is the very last load of laundry that I'm doing in this video. I have a ton of towels that we used that need to be washed. I posted something on my Instagram a few weeks ago which asked, how do you fold your towels? And there was 3 different ways. Either the way that I'm folding it, where you kind of fold it in 3s, or do you fold it like in squares, or do you roll your towels? It got me thinking to switch up the way that I actually fold my towels, and I'm excited to show you that in my next video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed so that you can see me clean out this closet and finish up the rest of the house.